All right, cool. So let me just make sure that everybody is muted really quick. Okay, cool. So for those of you who don't know me, which is most of you, Anna, I've seen you in the groups a little bit here and there. So I don't really know you personally, but I have seen you around. My name is Corey Mayo. I am a 1-star lifetime diamond coach. I have been a coach. It'll be 6 years in May of this year. But I've only really been working my business for about 4.5. I kind of just played around with it for the first 18 months or so, and I didn't really create consistency or have a vision for myself other than I wanted to save on Shakeology because we were living paycheck to paycheck. I was getting amazing results with the program. My husband and I shed, well, to date now, we've shed like 130 pounds together. So was a big believer in the programs and the nutrition, and it completely transformed my life. I love the community, and I just wanted to be surrounded by awesome people. So that's kind of where I started, but I didn't hit the ground running. So some of you, it sounds like you're already hitting the ground running, which is amazing. And some coaches start off like that. That was not my case. I kind of just used the discount and hung around and plugged into the community for a while, and then just kind of slowly started to build my confidence. I was definitely that coach that avoided personal development, was just like, I don't need it. I don't need it. Well, before we even started the call, I was telling you, it's all about mindset, you guys. So when I didn't dive into personal development, guess what? I was standing in my own way for a really long time, So that's a little bit about me. I am a mommy to 2 little boys. I have a 7-year-old. His name is Keyston. I have a 5-year-old. His name is Beckett. My husband and I will be married for 9 years this year, and his name is Paul. We live in Ohio in a small, tiny little town, and actually have a powerhouse. I'm near Toledo, so I have Janelle Summers, Corey Miller, Meg Wazinski, Kozlowski, have Angie Green, a whole bunch of powerhouse coaches within the vicinity. And now Britt's pretty close now that she moved back to Michigan, which is really, really exciting. So yeah, that's kind of my story, a little bit of background. I want to talk with you girls on 3 topics tonight to hopefully help you move yourself forward, set some goals for yourself, and help you to move your business forward, okay? And before we get started, I want to ask you, why did you become a coach? And I want you to think about that. You know, we always hear like, your why should make you cry, or you really need to dig into your why. And some people, yes, your why should make you cry. But some people, it's our why should make us so mad that it compels us forward. Not everybody is moved by being sad or being upset or the lack of something. Sometimes they're so sick and tired of their job or the circumstances that they're in that's a bigger driving force, okay? So I'm not asking you to write down your why. I just want you to think about, why did you, Anna? Why did you, Brooke? Why did you, Dawn? Why did you become a coach? Not what it could do for your family, not what it could do for your current situation. Why did you? Because we might think that that's selfish, but there's a reason that each of us said yes to this opportunity, right? There's a reason that we are here. And I want you to look beyond the surface level, not because I wanted to have accountability or I wanted to be plugged into a challenge group or I wanted to save on Shakeology. I want you to think about it on a deeper level. Why are you here? What is your mission? Not that you're a coach, because being a coach is great, but what's your mission in life? What is your intention? And to really, really start, become that 2-year-old. Why? When you write something down, why? When you write another thing down, why you became a coach, but why did you do that? Keep asking yourself why, so that you can really peel back the layers of the onion and get to the core reason of why you are here. Because that's what's going to push you forward when you hear the no's, when you're struggling here, when you're at a rank that you are not happy with and you want to move yourself forward and you feel like you're hitting your head against the wall. Okay? Those are what are going to move you forward and to help you see the bigger vision. You guys, when I started this journey as a coach, I was looking to save money on my Shakeology. I was looking to be a discount coach, just kind of help a couple people here and there. If I could pay for my Shakeology, awesome. You know, I wasn't really seeing this huge vision, okay? I didn't think it was going to give me freedom to leave my full-time job. I didn't think that it was going to provide this crazy, amazing life for my family, okay? But it has. Okay? And with every little step forward, that vision became so much bigger. A vision that went from maybe helping to inspire a couple people and to make a little bit of extra money has now become a mission to empower moms to feel healthy and confident in their own skin and to create a dream life for our family. It's morphed into something so much bigger than me or what I even thought possible 6 years ago, 4 years ago. 3 years ago, we decided we were going to sell our home because our family needed a bigger home after we had our second son and we needed more space. But the homes that were in our like on our dream list and had all the things that we wanted were on the 5-year plan. Like we literally laughed at the price tags of the homes that we were looking at. So we put it on a 5-year plan and we were like, oh, well, you know, we'll just try to do the best we can to save here and there and then we'll make it happen. You guys, 1 year later, 1 year, because of this business, we bought the home that we are in now. So don't be afraid to dream bigger and know that each step that you take forward is going to help you to create a bigger vision for yourself and your family, okay? So I want you to really think about why you became a coach and what your mission is. What do you want your team's mission to be together as a tribe, okay? So first we're going to talk about being consistent, okay? Consistency is so, so, so important, you guys. And the things that we have to be consistent with are not hard, right? It's not hard to do the simple 4 vital behaviors. The problem is that they're so simple that they're just as simply not done as they are done. It's just as easy to blow off personal development or have a cheat day and let your nutrition start to slip. Or, oh, I wasn't able to invite today, or I just don't really feel like it, so I'll do it tomorrow. And then you're like, oh, well, I'll do it tomorrow. And before you know it, a week, a month, 6 months down the road, you're like, crap, my business is crumbling because I haven't shown up, right? Think about if you went to a little mom and pop coffee shop every morning to get your coffee, and you went there every single day and got your coffee, and then all of a sudden they were closed. And you're like, well, what the heck? Oh, something must have happened in the family or something's wrong, so I'll just go somewhere else. I'll go to Starbucks or whatever, and then I'll come back. And then they're open the next day, and they're open for a couple days again, and then all of a sudden they're closed again with no warning and no signs on the doors. And you're like, well, what the heck? And then they're open a day, and then they're closed, and then they're open for a week, and then they're closed. If they just keep doing that, what are you going to do? You're going to go find somewhere else that you can rely on that is consistent and who is open and that you know is going to be there, right? It's the same thing with our business. It's the same thing with your nutrition and fitness journey. You can't just, oh, I'm going to work out really, really hard for 3 days and like torture myself and then screw off for 4 days and expect to get good results, right? It's just not going to happen. There has to be a happy marriage between the habits that we create within our daily life to have success in anything that we do. So it is vital for us as a coach to move forward and to create success, to show up and do our 4 vitals. Be a product of the product. Doesn't mean you have to be perfect. It just means you have to show up and do your workouts. You have to do your best with nutrition. We have to empower our minds with personal development, right? We have to fill up our cups. It is important for us to recognize our accomplishments. Recognition is the fourth vital behavior, right? And maybe you're a newer coach and you don't have a lot of coaches or a lot of clients underneath you that you can be shouting out all the time. But that can also be you, right? We have to be our own coach too. We have to celebrate that we showed up and that we stayed committed to ourselves. Okay? So creating that consistency, showing up on social media. You guys, you might not have a ton of likes and a ton of comments all the time, but people are watching you. I promise you, people are watching you. I can't tell you how many people I've had just come out of the woodwork in the last 2 months and just say, hey girl, like I've been watching your journey. I'm ready to sign up as a coach. And then they sign up as a coach. Dawn's was watching me on Instagram for like a year or something. And I never even had a conversation with her until she reached out to me. Okay. And I have another girl who I went to grade school with her husband, and I've been friends with her on Facebook, but there really wasn't much connection, and she kind of avoided when I started to kind of go that route. So, you know, whatever. It's not everybody's cup of tea. I'm not a pushy person. I know that everybody has their own timing, because I certainly had my own timing when it came to getting started with my own journey. And she messaged me out of the blue on Sunday and said they're ready to do 80-day obsession. They've been watching my journey and signed up to do 80-day obsession. So the point is that you have to show up and be consistent on your social media and sharing your journey. You don't have to be perfect. Remember, I said that. You don't have to be perfect, but you have to be consistent. You can share your struggles. When you share your struggles, just give the positive spin on what you're going to work towards and what you're going to do to get yourself back on track. Okay? But we have to show up because people are watching. And there are two people watching, and I tell my girls this all the time. They're either watching because they are inspired by you, which is amazing, and that is our mission, right? That's what we're trying to do. Or they are watching because they're waiting for you to fail. And as horrible as that sounds, it is the truth. And those are the people that we have to prove wrong, to show them that there is light, there is life, and there is happiness in the world. Okay? So be consistent, show up and do your vital behaviors. Make your business hours non-negotiable. You guys, Melanie Mitchell talks about this a lot, where she makes blocks of time. The difference between a hobby coach and a career or successful business builder is the fact that the business builder is either getting up and hustles first thing in the morning, or you better believe that they are not going to bed until their vitals are done every single day, no matter what happens in life. Sure, we all have bad days and we might have to take a day off here or there. But I mean, on a very regular basis, that person is showing up 6 to 7 days a week and moving their business forward. They might not be inviting every day, but they're showing up and being consistent to work their business every day, to show up for themselves, to do their workouts, to do their nutrition, and to do their personal development. Okay. And like I said before, it's like our fitness journey. This business is like our fitness journey. We can't expect to work really hard during the week and totally go off the grid with nutrition and our fitness on the weekend, and then be mad Monday when the scale has moved or we're not seeing results, right? So if you're finding yourself struggling with being consistent or creating those habits, make a daily to-do list. You guys, I make a daily to-do list every single day to check things off. I have one right here before I got on the call with you guys. So I made sure I had it all done, right? So that I can check things off, because it empowers you to check things off. But give yourself 3 things, okay? If you've been struggling to move yourself forward, or you're feeling overwhelmed, draw a line in the sand right now. Draw a line in the sand, and tomorrow is a fresh start, and move yourself forward, okay? And accomplish 3 things to move your business forward, and check them off as you do them, okay? The next topic is overcoming objections. How many of you are hearing objections, or, I mean, we all hear them, but like, how many of you are discouraged by hearing objections? Okay. So yeah, I mean, it happens. We all are there, right? We've all been there. We all have times that we're really struggling with that. So I will say this. Before you sit down to invite anyone or have a conversation about a challenge group or coaching or whatever it is, set your intentions. Okay? Clear your mind of everything else. I know that we are all busy and we all have 10,000 things on our brain. I get it. But clear your mind and set your intentions. Set your intentions for helping that person. Okay? Helping them feel loved and empowered and happy, whatever your intentions are. Okay? Clear your mind and say to yourself, the right people say yes. See the right people saying yes. Okay? That's number one. Number two is to start asking questions. Okay? When I ask, for example, when I ask somebody that's interested in a challenge group, I will ask them to tell me a little bit about what their goals are and what they would like to work towards with their nutrition and fitness. Okay? Then they'll tell me whatever they want to work towards. And I'll say, okay, perfect, Sarah. Could you tell me a little bit about what you struggle with when working towards X, Y, and Z? Do you tend to struggle with nutrition, making time for workouts? Making time? Because how many of you get the time objection? I don't have time. It's about making time. So I stop that objection by asking that question first. So then I'll say making time for workouts or a little bit of both. And they'll usually come back and say making time for workouts, but they've already acknowledged and recognized that it's making the time. We're all busy, you guys. We're all busy, but we have to set our intentions, right? Everybody has to set their own intentions, and we have to show up for ourselves. So there are small little wordings that you can do like that to help combat the objections. But I also want you to think about what your objection was, okay? Because you're probably attracting that, okay? And the way that you can reverse that is by putting out there that you're connecting the people who are ready. I kid you not, since November, I have been every single morning with my morning devotional. I set my intentions and I ask him to bring me the people, connect me to the women who are ready for change, who are excited to change their life. And you guys, I'm not saying this to gloat. Success Club is like this. I hit 26 last month. I mean, just like, and I haven't increased my conversations a whole lot. I mean, I have a little bit, but I just really believe that if we set our intentions and we put the vibe out there that we want to attract and we ask for his help, we ask the universe to bring to us the people who are ready for change, it happens. Okay? So put it out there and believe that it will happen. Okay? And then I don't know if you guys have ever heard this, but feel, felt, found. So when you hear an objection from somebody, say, this was my game changer 2015, was setting intentions every single day. Yes, visualizing. Absolutely. So that's what Britt was just saying in the chat. So feel, felt, found. So like if somebody says, you know, I'm just not sure because I just don't really have the money right now. Girl, that was my objection, by the way. That was my objection when I started on a burnt copy of P90X when we lost all of our weight, and then I bought a challenge pack when we became coaches. So that was my objection. We were living paycheck to paycheck, and I didn't have the money. So I use feel, felt, found. I say, girl, I totally understand that you feel that way. We have to acknowledge that they feel that way because it's a real feeling, right? And it's scary because they don't really understand what we're offering or the value that we have until they get into it and we really connect with them. I understand that you feel that way. I felt that way too, or I felt like this when I got started. What I have found is, and then tell a little piece of your story. What has happened in your life since you took that leap of faith? Okay. And the last thing is, So sorry, I was just reading my notes just to make sure I didn't miss anything for overcoming objection. So I hope that that helps as far as setting your intentions, putting it out there, seeing the people who are ready to say yes, saying yes. And I will say this, and I tell my girls this a lot. You can't say the right thing to the wrong person at the wrong time. Okay? And you can't say the wrong thing to the right person at the right time. They have to be ready. Ultimately, it comes down to the person that you're having the conversation with and that you're inviting has to be open and ready for that change in their life. Okay. So the last one is pushing through the no's. No's can be discouraging, right? It can be overwhelming, and especially if you hear a lot of them or you're really trying to push yourself forward. I will say this. If you start setting your intentions and you start really envisioning the people saying yes, the no's will lessen. When you start changing your words a little bit and asking more questions when you're having the conversation to combat the objections, you will hear less no's. Okay? But we have to continue to show up. Okay? And we have to continue to build that relationship with those people when they do say no. Because like I just said, they have to be ready. Okay? It's not about us. And it's not about that you did anything wrong. It's nothing personal. We have to detach ourselves from the outcome. Okay? If they say yes, go ahead, get excited, be ready to help them and give them a ton of your love. But don't take it personally if they say no. Okay? They have to be ready for their change. And just remember, it's just no, not right now. It doesn't mean no forever. Okay? I've had girls come back after a couple weeks, a couple months, years come back. So they just have to be ready on their terms. Okay? And I want you to also think about yourself. Did you say yes the first time? The first time that Britt or your upline coach reached out to you and said, hey, I think you'd be really good at coaching, or I think you'd be awesome in this challenge group. You'd have a lot of fun. We'd love to have you, blah, blah, blah. Did you say yes? Were you like, yes, I am in, and you signed up right then and there, and you gave your $200 or whatever it was for your challenge pack and never looked back? Probably not. You're probably like, I don't know. I got to kind of look into this. Could you tell me a little bit more? What does this mean? So remember that as coaches, we sometimes forget that they don't have any idea what a challenge group is or what we're really offering, or that we're not just trying to scam them out of money or whatever, right? Because there's so many quick fixes out there. There's so many things being thrown at people anymore as far as weight loss gimmicks and try this and try that and blah, 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 blah. They've probably already invested in a million different things. So lead with your friendship. Lead with your friendship. Build that conversation and that trust with people. We are not salespeople, you guys. We are in the business of building relationships, building friendships, building that trust with people around us. Okay? So just know that it's not you, and that if you keep moving forward, the more no's that you hear, the more yeses you will hear. Does that make sense? Because you have to get through the no's to hear the yeses. And I can almost guarantee that most of the people who say no, not right now, will come back. Quick little story. I had a girl who was a LuLaRoe, I don't know, a consultant, or I don't even know what they're really called. But she was in that business. She got out of it. She had a bad taste in her mouth about MLM. She was not excited about it. When her and I first connected on Facebook, she went to high school with my husband. So she was very standoffish when I reached out to her the first time and started to build and connect our relationship. And she was honest about it. She was like, I think that you're a really nice person, but I have a really bad taste in my mouth, and kind of told me her story. And I said, you know what? It's totally fine. I get it. That's fine. I let it go. And I've continued to connect with her here and there and comment on her children's pictures and different things like that. She reached out to me 2 nights ago and is ready to do a challenge group. Why? Because I continue to love on her. I continue to build the relationship and build her trust and let her see my story, and that I was real, that I wasn't just trying to make a sale. right? I continued to connect with her. So just because they say no, and that's a pretty extreme, like she was like, no, because her guard was up at the time. Most people don't respond like that. They're just like, no, it's not a good time for me or whatever, right? So just keep an open mind, an open heart, set your intentions, and know that the right people will say yes, okay? The last thing I was going to share with you girls was just a couple of my PD favorites because I think that the coach who avoided PD for so long, I seriously dive into PD all the time. I hardly listen to music. My boys sometimes are like, Mom, really again? But I think it's good for them to listen to as well, you know? So I love The Universe Has Your Back by Gabrielle Bernstein. Get Over Your Damn Self by Romney Nudstead. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. The Entrepreneurial Roller Coaster by Darren Hardy. That one's a little bit different, you guys. I do all my PD, most of my PD on audio. That one's a little bit different to get into, like the first chapter, and then after that, it is so good. So hopefully you guys will like that one. Go for No by Richard Fenton. So if you're really struggling with hearing the no's, I've listened to that one multiple times. And I think it's like an hour and 15 minutes or something super short to listen to it on audio. So if you're having a bad day and you don't feel like inviting, put it on. Put it on while you're cooking dinner or while you're working out or while you're showering and getting ready. All those different things, okay? Fill up your cup. We can't pour into people from an empty cup. So just make sure that you're doing your PD. And my latest favorite that I cannot stop listening to is Girl Wash Your Face by Rachel Hollis. Amazing. Christy Coaster shared it in Meg's Diamond and Above group. And I was like, I was already in a PD and I have like 5 hours left of that one, but I still was like, I'm just going to check it out and listen to like the preface of it. And I was like hooked. I could not turn it off. So that one is really, really good. And podcasts, I definitely listen to Melanie Mitro's Women Inspiring Women podcast if you don't already listen to hers, because I feel like every Tuesday she just speaks to my soul and like knows exactly what I need to hear for whatever reason. So I hope that helps. I'm more than happy to answer any questions or anything that you girls may have. Don't be shy. Unmute yourself.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
I've got to find it. When you do the feel, felt, found, you said your obstacle when you were going to sign up was the money part. So I was wondering what you say to people when they have a money issue.
Sure. So I don't get it a whole lot anymore. And I don't know if it's part of it is because I set my intentions and I put it out there that the people who are coming to me are ready to go. And I put a lot of value in the conversation before, like asking a lot of questions, really getting to their emotional, why they want change, what they really struggle with, what they really need help with. And then when I make the recommendation for my challenge pack, I put in there exactly why it's going to help them. I connect their struggles to them in my recommendation. But if they do, I just say, I totally understand that you feel that way. I felt the same way when I got started as well. But what I have found is, and then I kind of tell a little bit of my story and I say, you know, if that's not a good fit for you, we can always talk about a future group. If you think that that's something you'd be interested in, or if you don't mind telling me what you would like to or what you can invest in your goals right now, I would be more than happy to see if we could set you up with something else. So that's when I would like defer to just maybe BOD or just the portion fix or, you know, whatever is going, or maybe clean week or something to kind of get them connected. But I will be perfectly honest, that was a rusty answer because I just don't get it a whole lot anymore. That help? Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Oh, no worry, Brett. Britt's got to go. The kiddos need her. No worries. Anybody else? No?
No.
Are you sure? Going once? Going twice. You girls are awesome. Brittany is amazing. I just absolutely adore her. You guys have an amazing leader. The fact that she set up calls for you guys to have with baby Lincoln being so little is amazing. So if you follow her lead, you will have great success. And just know that if you're showing up for your vitals and you're already creating that consistency within your business, just make sure you're working on this. Okay? It is a game changer, and we stand in our own way. So know that you can do this. There is no secret sauce. There is, Brittany doesn't have anything more than you or I or Meg or anybody else. It's just they have overcome standing in front of themselves. Okay? So you girls are amazing. You're amazing for taking the time to be on this call. I appreciate you all, and I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Okay?
Thanks.
All right. See ya. Bye.